Alright. So I said that I would do a follow-up video and on relationships that want to stick together, right? Maybe you're going through some hard shit. So I was thinking hard on this. And the relationships that really want to stick together, that are really working out, that will work out, probably won't be watching this video. Okay? That's kind of, I mean, that's a harsh reality, but it's like if it's working, you're not going to be seeking for ways to make it work. Um, Sorry. So this kind of like goes in line with when it's your divine partner, when it is the person that you are meant to be with, it's not gonna feel like chaos and hell, right? It's not going to feel like fucking turmoil. Um, it's just there's gonna be too much understanding to be constantly at each other's throats, right? There's gonna be too much respect to have to fight for that. There's gonna be there's gonna be like, imagine king and queen, right? Or queen and queen, king and king, whatever, however you want to imagine it. But however you see it, like, how would you want a king and queen, or queen and queen, king and king, whatever, to uh to interact with each other, right? Like when Barack Obama was president, like how he was with Michelle, and everybody was like, that's fucking awesome. They like have all this respect for each other. They have like dignity within their relationship. There's no doubt. Like, they stick up for each other. They've got each other's backs. They're partners, They didn't make enemies out of each other, right? If your relationship is gonna work, it's not gonna feel like you chose an opponent to fight with for the rest of your life. It's going to feel like an actual camaraderie, right? Like how we are with our best friends, that's typically indicative of how we want our relationships to go, right? And I know you're probably thinking, oh, I could never be with my best friend. But no, that's actually why your relationship is better, though, because you don't have expectations like that on each other, right? It's like there's too much love, respect, and having each other's backs, right? You're there for each other. You develop the kind of relationship that you actually want, because sex is not a part of it, because you don't have that primal like possessiveness, or whatever. You have the real shit, with your best friend. And that's why, like, in relationships it can be like, fuck, like, you're like, why can't it just feel like my best friend? Why do I see them with their best friend and they're having a whole different experience than what I'm having with them, and it's like, it's because we really know how to love our best friend. But when we involve our genitals, okay, some stupid primal thing happens in our brains and we're like, this person is my person, right? And it's like, that's not right. It's not okay, because in reality, they're not your person. They're still their person. They can still walk the fuck away. They can still leave your life, right? You don't own anybody. You just you coexist with them. I don't know how else to put it. If you want a relationship that lasts, here are some things that I would recommend, okay? The things that would make their life better or easier, right? So work on doing that for them every day, okay? Work on, if you know that you hate doing the dishes, but they really hate doing the dishes, and you're like, it's a little sacrifice, but I know that they'll love it, so I'm gonna go do the dishes real fast, like, or, if they're having a long day and you just fucking grab the bottle of lotion and you're like, all right, take your shirt off, I'm giving you a back massage, like, just out of the fucking blue. Like, think about ways that you could add quality to your relationship. Like, because when you're at each other's throats, if you're like in their face and there's just all that hostility and shit, then that is setting up your relationship for failure. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, you're so afraid that they're gonna leave that you cling harder, and then when you cling harder, they're like, I have to escape. What's happening? You know? And so don't cling, okay? Just hold them in your life, right? Hold them in high regards. Only speak with respect, okay? That's a big thing. Okay, when you're arguing, there's no fucking reason to call each other names. I have managed to do this, okay, to argue without calling names. There's just no reason for it. If you're just putting out your facts and what your actual debate is, your argument, whatever, then there's literally no fucking reason. There's just none, okay? And then, fuck, I lost track. Somebody's thinking of me. I'm tapping into it. I'm kidding. But yeah, so the way like you communicate with them is so important, because you know what, the shit that you say when you're mad, they're gonna remember that shit when you're not mad. They're gonna remember all the things that you said, and then they're gonna be like, why is it that you always seem to have such a more articulate way of telling me all the things you fucking hate about me, and it really seems like pulling teeth to get you to be nice. You know, because eventually if somebody feels hated by you constantly and constantly berated by you, they're not gonna stay. They shouldn't stay, right? Like, that's toxic as fuck. They should not stay. And, you know, if you want to be healthier in a relationship, if you want to have happily ever after, it is literally within your power to have that in your relationship. It is within your realm of control to be like, you know what? I'm going to surprise this person with just something. You know, it doesn't have to be something that you bought or whatever. Just little tasks like making breakfast, doing shit. Like, because the art of loving is the art of giving, not the art of taking. It's not about what you can get out of them. It's not about taking away all their personal freedom and making them feel like a goddamn prisoner in their own house, and in their own mind. Like, they can't even speak around you without feeling like they're going to, you know, set off another tangent of yours, you know? So, like, really be on top of that shit, you know? Like, be proactive in your relationship. If you really think you're mature enough to have a relationship, be proactive in it, okay? Be Prince motherfucking Charming, or Princess motherfucking Charming, whatever, okay? I don't know your gender. I don't even care. I just know that in this situation, whoever this message is for, that you have it in all your power. That's how you got them in the first place. You charmed the fuck out of them, I'm sure. So don't put on your scary mask. Don't live in your fucking shadow. Don't be so afraid and have so much doubt and all that you end up manifesting the downfall of your relationship, because, man, that shit's sad and it sucks, you know, because obviously they wouldn't be with you if they wanted it to fail. Obviously. So help them not let it fail, okay? You help them with your little actions, with your words. You know, I always would end my arguments with I love you. Just to let them know, yeah, we fucking disagree, but I still love you. I'm still here. I'm still doing the things, you know? So it's like, you might sit there and want to be like, you bitch, you whore, you asshole, you cunt, whatever. But instead of saying that, I challenge you to say I love you instead. Say I love you instead. Say something that's actually true. Because you know that other shit isn't true. Otherwise, you wouldn't be with them. Okay? Bottom line. You would not be with them if you actually felt that way about them. So don't fucking say it. Okay? Don't fucking say it. Because what if you manifest that in them? What if you, in your heightened emotions, being as powerful as you are, because you're in an emotional state, and your heart chakra is all activated, and then you're like, you're, you know, this and that and this and that, and then they become it. Because you put it into you manifested it. You planted a goddamn seed with all your power, with all your might. People don't understand the powerful force that comes with emotional expression, right? If you express shit from an emotional state, like honestly, if you're mad, you should go scream, I'm getting the biggest house in the world, or like, I'm about to win a free car, whatever. Use that because you have such beautiful manifestation skills in your heightened states of emotion. Dr. Joe Dispenza, he's a neuroscientist, and he actually talks about that a lot. He's like, honestly, if you were to just counter that shit and be like, you're gonna love me, we're gonna get over this, we're gonna be happy, okay? Like, well, don't say you're gonna love me, that sounds kind of like scary, but like, be like, you just say positive shit, even if you have to say it in an angry way. Like, I don't care, but it will confuse them so much that you won't be able to keep fighting anyway. It will be better, I promise. But yeah, if you want a better relationship, do things different, honestly. Like, if you want a different outcome, if it's falling apart and you're like, save us, then do a different thing. Create a different outcome, okay? I mean, yeah. Honestly, this is like alien to me because obviously I'm getting a divorce and stuff, so it's probably like hypocritical of me to be like telling you how to revive your relationship. But I, in my case, did not want to. So, in your situation, you want to. And so I'm telling you, if you want to, this is the way to do it. Manifest your happiness, especially when you're upset. That's the best fucking time. Be like, we're gonna go to the park tomorrow and it's gonna be fucking awesome. I love you. Goodbye. Whatever. But yeah, change it. Change the narrative. Change your story, okay? You've been running on this fucking same old ass narrative, the same old ass shit, and it ain't working, is it? The jealousy, the possessiveness, the rage, the moods, the all that shit, it ain't working, is it? If it's not working, put that band-aid on, get back on that horse, and this time use the brakes. When you're about to crash into something, okay? Like, emotional maturity, real genuine maturity, is having the ability to restrain yourself from being that, like, animal, primal ass, like, self. If you have the power of restraint, honestly, like, and then people can't like fuck with your boundaries, because you set a boundary so high that it's like there's no breaking that. It doesn't matter what they say, what they do. They could try to get on your nerves all fucking day, but they actually can't if you don't allow it. They actually can't affect you if you don't allow it. Whatever they say, hot air, who fucking cares? Just let it fucking pass right by you. Because if you actually, at the end of the day, love them and you want to fucking move forward with them and, grow, then you have to be emotionally mature with them. And you have to grant them their freedom. Like, it's like what I tell everybody. Let them do what they want and then see what they want to do, okay? If they don't want to, like, put in the work, if they don't want to do well in the relationship, they just straight up won't. But if they do want you and they want to have happiness with you and abundance with you, guess what? They will never stray, right? They will never stray. It's like a cat, dude. It's not like a dog. Another human is like a cat, Let them outside. Let them run around with, do whatever they gotta do. That doesn't mean that they're fucking around on you. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. And if you really think that they're so bad, maybe think about yourself and the way that you make judgments on other people's characters, right? So it's like, are you a good judge of character? Because if you're a good judge of character, then they're not going to be shitty, shady people, right? And if you're not a good judge of character, you're probably not ready to be in a relationship. Okay? If you cannot reach emotional maturity, you're probably not ready for a relationship. And that's a perfectly healthy decision to make for yourself sometimes. That's what I did. So, it's sometimes you have to know, like, really ask yourself, am I ready for this? Am I ready to really go 100 on this relationship and really try to make it work instead of self-sabotaging and self-destructing? It's a whole fucking thing. It's a whole damn thing. But anyway, I hope that this helps. I'm sorry if I'm harsh. Sometimes, like, I'm just abrasive in my words, and that's another reason why it's hard for me, because I'm working on things. But sometimes, if somebody isn't saying it like it is, then the message doesn't get heard either. So this is my tough love. I love you guys. I want the best for you. I want your happiness. I want your abundance, your prosperity. And this is how I'm helping you to do it. Okay? This is how I'm helping. So anyway, have a great day. Namaste. I love you all. I will talk to you.